Now, here's your problem. This part, the front end, is all messy and bent, and also the lighting is terrible. And also pretty rusty from the inside. The reason why I didn't change the whole entire wing is that the wing of the white car was all rusty and bent and fucked up from here. Not exactly, camera angle is terrible, but pretty much from here downwards. So what I've done, I've taken a little piece out of the white car. And now I would have to cut and weld that piece sort of here. So what I'll need to do is, well, this is actually a bit rusty also, but you know, it's not too bad, I suppose. Well, it's approximately there. I'll have to measure the points of how much I've taken off the white one so that I would cut it approximately same here. That fucking dent. Could be. Say 48 centimeters from level, which would be approximately there. There you go. Just in case, we'll measure this, which is 10. Right, that's good and easy. That's also at the point of 10. That's pretty good. Now we'll measure this, because that's an easy point. That's 49.5. Approximately there. So I'll still go from shit. From there would be 60.5 where I've drawn the line. Which also, well, it's, I would say that makes sense. Right. There you go. And that's where we need to cut. I'm doing this now. I do have a few, you know, thoughts against it, you know, hope for the best. What are you doing? Now that's a lot of damage. How's that? Whoa! And there you have it. Beautiful. Right, it obviously just can't be held on with the bolts. So what we'll have to do have duct tape. And there you have it, one beautiful wing, or fender, or whatever you would call it. Thanks for watching. No, seriously. Yeah, obviously it still has to be welded on. And here we have the old one. Rusty, and, well, no, this part might be better. As you can see, here's your major problem. It's all crooked and paint's all coming off and it's all rusty, and you know, this car was crashed 2 times according to the previous owner. However, this is now unwanted. Fucking metal bin. Yep. Obviously we'll have to be exactly level to look as good as possible. So yes, obviously tape won't hold it in place, so I will have to weld it, but it will have to be smooth so it looks like, or rather, it doesn't look like it's built from 2. So yeah, that is obviously the challenge, and actually I'm pretty happy with the first attempts on cutting them, because that is pretty much how it has to sit. I think I might need a cup of coffee now before I start thinking about anything, but my plan is to have little metal bits on the backside every couple of centimeters. You would have one sort of there, and then one there, one there, one there, one there, and one there on the back side, so you can have the shape go into place properly. So it's been a couple of days now. I've made these. They are small bits of metal really, There used to be a Mark II Golf. I decided to cut the roof off for sheet metal, because why not? And also the bonnet, as it's a nice flat piece of sheet metal, I also had that taken off and kept it. But all of that, I think, is like the sills and some of the floor pan of the Daihatsu now. Anyway, slightly off topic here. I made these metal bits so that I can put them to the backside. I can weld them and then I can line it up nicely. I'm going to put every second bit of metal on the grey piece and every second one on the white piece. But before that, I will take the piece I threw away and I will adjust the welder so it welds nicely to that. Well, I guess I'll be getting somewhere. I'll still do a bit of tweaking and practicing, but the next thing I'll have to do is, now that I've perfectly fitted my wing, or the two halves of the wing, to the car, I will now have to take them off again. Anyway. There's a little spider nest. Saying what the text on my mug says, this will turn out good enough. And good enough is the new perfect, so this car will turn out perfect. Although I think nothing is perfect. So, you know, I don't know. I'm just having coffee in my engine bay. I mean, I do have a couch over there I could sit on, but I thought this would be hilarious. If only there were a wishing well, I'd throw myself in there for a proper workshop. there you have it. No, you don't. That's only one place from there. Tweak it and fiddle it a bit. Come on. And there you have it. I'll do the boring bit and fit the headlights and tweak around, put all the bolts on and, you know, check all the panel gaps. But yes, essentially, you get the idea. Yes. Now, as you can see, this looks highly professional. I've been aligning the panel gaps, not perfectly, because that I'll do when I'm putting the car finally together. However, at this point it's important that the panel gaps are about the same here, here, and here. And then I realise that the wings aren't the same shape. This one's slightly rounder here. This one's flat. But is it supposed to be slightly round or flat?
Is that a fucking dent?
Good question. Seriously, did I run out? Did I just run out of wire? No, I have not run out of wire. Of course, there's some plastics behind, just to get on my nerves. Ow, that was hot. That should be sort of there. Now that should be a bit more down. Like I said earlier, you want to do the last minute adjustments before you start welding, because it's easier. Because now that I've welded that bit there, it's holding it in place, and I have a slight misalignment here. Get out the hammer. Still is slightly off. Oh well. Didn't say it was going to be perfect. Well, that's a start. It's spot welded all the way on the outside. Seems pretty solid. Now the reason I've done it like this is if you go and do one seam all along, it'll heat up the metal and it'll warp, and you know, anyone who knows the basics of welding should know that. But I'm pretty happy with how it's so far. Now another pro tip here is what I haven't done is I have a tyre right here. Yeah. Well, if you can avoid it, don't weld near stuff that can melt from sparks. Now, I've welded it and it looks terrible. So, it goes without saying that it should be sanded down and given some paint. Now, I've welded the two pieces together and sanded it down, but it still doesn't look quite right. It's rather noticeably uneven. So, we need to use some bog. Now with metalwork I prefer to use chemical metal because it's closer to metal, so in the variable weather conditions from hot to cold it expands with the metal so it doesn't crack and hop off. Now first of all I want to make sure it doesn't start rusting from underneath the filler, so I'm going to prime it. while, and you can see I've done some painting there. It's a coat of hammerite. I just decided that because it was rusty I put some more metal on it, but you know, it's not beautiful. There will be the mud flap on it, covering most of it, and also back here downwards I'll be painting it black. So today I'm not going to paint more than from here, just the top bit. The car will have a two-tone paint job, two-colour paint job, I don't know. Well, this is what it looks like now. From close you can actually see that it's made out of two. Try and approximately there where I cut it from, you can see a bit of a, yeah, it's not perfect. I guess it's better than having a load of wrinkles here or having basically nothing here. But I think the car's been in here for over a year, and I decided that it's going out, and I promised when I brought it in that it's not coming out before the front end is together, and now it is. So yeah, I want to take the car out now so that I can make some room in here so I can work on the go-kart and do some things for my bike and build the engine for this, because the engine has been out almost ever since I bought it. I have actually driven this car with a broken engine. I'll call it a day now. I mean, I've essentially done what I was planning on doing the video about, so this video is at the end. I'll just tell you my plans anyway. I'll bring the car out and I'll start working on the engine at some point and do a big clean in here. Yeah. Well, anyway, thanks for watching me working on this, and stay tuned for something more, either about this or about bikes or karts. That would be useless. How do I work in a workshop from a well? Oh well.